Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. In the previous video, I took a look at the daily chart, and in this video, I just want to take a look at the shorter time frame. Structurally, not too much has happened since the last update, so the daily, of course, hasn't changed. But if you're new on the channel, if you're interested in the daily time frame, maybe check out the previous video from today. It's still pretty much up to date. And but yeah, let's dive right into this. First of all, the price has reached some kind of a top there. At least the price is reacting here to that 65k level, which was the next upside Fibonacci level. Yesterday, it was highlighted as one of the next upside targets, 65,000, after breaking above the previous high. We have seen three waves up from the July low. Wave 1, Wave 2 was the swing low on the 8th of July, and then the third wave is either finished or in its late stages. Yesterday, the price was moving to the upside on a let's say an ascending trend line, and there was a key decision point here where we came to the previous swing high of a fourth wave. I have taken it off the chart, but it was a there was a breakout line. The price actually did break out. Let me just double check if we still have it on X. Just want to go to the one yesterday. By the way, you get additional updates here on Twitter, on X. Feel free to check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was referring to. And here I pointed out already on the chart the 65k level as next upside Fibonacci level. The market was really, you see that here, between the yellow line, which was resistance, and the very steep ascending trend line, there was a breakout point. And that was the last push before we saw actually the beginning of possibly the first decent pullback since the rally started. And let me go back. So, and let's go back to the live chart. And yeah, you see here, we've seen what possibly could be the first decent pullback since the rally started on Friday the 12th. So obviously what we need to see to really confirm that a larger correction and a more substantial low has formed on the 5th of July at this low where the price bottomed at 53,560, we need to see a development of 5 waves. This 5-wave structure is just the standard pattern. At the moment, we have seen only a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. And you know, we can debate about, okay, is the third wave already in? Do we get one more high? It's not so much about that. It's about, we can really only confirm a lasting low is in place once we get these 5 waves. Yeah? That 5-wave structure is the standard Elliott Wave structure for an impulse, for a diagonal pattern. This is how trends are formed. With only 3 waves, you don't really have a trend. With 5 waves, we know that the market intends to move higher into that direction. Let's quickly go to our Discord. Here we do have a lot of education material, but also all the patterns described. Let me just find actually what I'm looking for. Yeah, here. So that sequence of motive waves and corrective waves is absolute key. So you see, the direction of the trend is a motive wave, and a motive wave can be an impulse or a diagonal, and it's a 5-wave pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we might be at the end of that third wave. And interestingly, you see it actually here on this image. The fourth wave is characterized by a 3-wave move. And often that one here, that top, which would be a B wave in wave 4, often challenges the previous high. And that is what we have seen today. But what I want to highlight is we still need that wave 4 to complete and that wave 5. And then we look for the next pullback, the counter trend move, which could act as a next, let's say, trade setup, pullback trade setup, okay? So that's really what it's all about. And now let me go back to the Bitcoin chart. You get access to all of this if you're interested through the silver and gold memberships. You'll find the link for that in the description. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. You know, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Yeah, and then, what's 1 second? We have a support zone for the wave 4. It's between 58,140 and 62,195, even though the ideal target is sort of around 60.6k. But you see here a possible top in wave 3, A wave down, the B wave challenges the high. Yeah, and there's just one more move down in wave C missing. And I'd say a break below this green trend line could be an early indication that the C wave has started. At the moment, it is also possible that this third wave is extending a bit. So I won't rule that out. It basically takes a break below the trend line as a first indication the C wave has started. Better a break below the A wave low at 62,450. However, because of the high B wave, the C wave might not even go down that much. We will see how it develops, but this is pretty much what we need to see a healthy wave for. At the moment, what we've seen, I would not call this dip that we've seen today the wave 4. Yeah. So if we get a break above the intraday high, which is pretty much around 65K, a sustained break or a convincing break, then the next upside level would be 67,280. I would call that, if it happens from here, an extension of the third wave, okay? So if we go to the 30-minute chart, it's really about, has that fourth wave actually started? It's not a done deal yet. It is still possible that we get another extension in wave 3, even though that wave 3 is quite extended. So I'd be watching that trend line. We can adjust it slightly. I'd be watching that trend line. I'd be watching today's high for a breakout signal to the upside for the price to possibly reach 67,280 next. And you see how the price is reacting to these FIB levels. I mean, the 200% extension is just dancing just below that, right? Just sort of hovering just below it. A break of the trend line could be a short-term signal that the C wave has started. Yeah, and then the first line of support is 62,195. And then we also have the additional trend line here, the next trend line, which is less steep, but could just offer some support. I mean, trend lines are not so useful for Elliott Wave analysis, but they might provide the first signal that the momentum is changing, the momentum is shifting. So that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.